Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you're serious about the digital asset space, and let's get right into it today. One take and uncut before starting. I apologize if the dog is barking in the background. So right here guys, State Street. This is an absolute behemoth in the banking space, especially for custody banks. One of the world's largest custody banks. They hold more than $30 trillion, aka more than 10% of the world's total assets. Absolute behemoth working on custody and storing digital assets. They're tokenizing everything. So stocks, all these equities, tokenized real estate, especially commercialized real estate, which is going to be easier to tokenize, but I don't want to get into that. They are all going to digital. We're still going to have a fiat system. We're still going to transact with paper currency to an extent, but for the most part, a lot of things are just going to be on Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, utilizing your phones. We'll start migrating away from plastic using credit cards and debit cards. Should be no surprise. But essentially, Bitcoin, that hyped up record-keeping technology with, kind of DLT, but it's more so blockchain because that's a subset of distributed ledger technology. You can argue, of course, with OpenCoin in 2004, which later, turned into XRP. Much later, 8 years later. Huge things, guys. I don't know how people don't really realize it yet. I guess they're too busy keeping up with the Kardashians, but we're starting to see assets become digitized, as we can see here. This gentleman here, I know I've shown the video clips in the past, and he says that just like this boom, it's going to trickle, and then there will be a flood. All right? So I just wanted to share that. Now, as we can see here, breaking news, CNBC now, breaking. 8 of the biggest United States banks say they will suspend share buybacks through Q2 of 2020. All right, no more of that QE and then letting them buy back and prop up the stock market artificially, suckering in the middle class as always. The rich get richer. They pull out just like Jeff Bezos, pulling out billions before this crash conveniently last year. It's just a complete joke to me. 90% of the media is owned by the biggest groups in the world. So right here, Bank of America, Bank of New York Mellon, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, State Street, is what we just talked about, and Wells Fargo. These are behemoths. So for you guys to know, there is connections, and some of these are actually known RippleNet partners. You can go on Ripple's website as well. And they are just a payments company. They will be one of the biggest payments company. Ripple is one of the highest valued multi-billion-dollar valuation companies that came out of Silicon Valley ever in the fintech space. That is financial technology. And some guy said my channel's for noobs, but it's such a joke. I am literally regurgitating information and talking for newcomers. There are young people, there are old people. They might not be in the investing space. So I want to talk about it broadly. So this is welcoming anybody and everybody. No matter what you do, you're going to get hate. And I get so annoyed by some people in the YouTube comments. But anyways, I'll do what, I believe this is important. So I want to share this because I think that we are on the verge of something huge. And this will be a money-making opportunity for many that invest in physical silver. XRP is the digital asset, hedging your bet, and going between those two primarily. And of course, there's going to be other altcoins that will succeed and other opportunities along the way. And you guys have already watched, heard my thoughts about which markets will crash specifically, the timeframes, what is coming up next. It is not so tinfoil hat because it's actually happening in front of our eyes. Just like that one gentleman that predicted the national emergency last year, and everything's coming into fruition. And you guys thought it was crazy. So we'll see what happens. But all right. So I am Legion just sharing this. This is Finextra sharing this document. So CBOE shuts down Chicago trading floor due to why. So this is going to be happening, more halting, tradings just to facilitate and kind of, get everyone together, give them a break. This is effective today, Monday, March 16th, is a precautionary measure to prevent the spread further of the what. So we're going to see more and more of this. If you guys don't think that we're going to first off, get some form of self-quarantine in the United States. And then next up, all sales transactions places will stop. We have local grocery stores already cutting hours. It's happening, and it's happening very, very quickly. I don't know why you guys call me a conspiracy theorist, because this is just fact. It's literally happening in front of our eyes, and I'm just trying to share it. So right here, even yesterday, New Zealand Reserve Bank cuts rates from 1% to 0.25%. And I said just the beginning, we've been calling for 0% interest rates. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm not taking credit for this. I am literally sharing information that other smart people, very intelligent people with 40 years in the markets are saying. And I listen to this religiously. I read religiously. This is what I do. I am obsessed with it. So right now, I mean, I was always saying, yeah, 0% interest rates, and you still kind of have to pay the bank when you're holding your money for the fee. And then negative interest rates are coming, whether it's even negative, 0.25% or 1%, negative 1%. If you have $100,000 in the bank, you were paying 1% a year to hold that. So you're paying $1,000 a year to hold your money. Because of this, people are going to be looking for safe havens. Silver right now, people are spending in, paying, like some people are paying double the price for silver. Some people are spending over $100 for physical silver, and right now it's valued at like $15, $14. You know what is coming, and eventually this flood will happen. And again, sorry about any background noise. They did foster a dog, so the dog's just going crazy right now. All right, so right here, Fed slashes key interest rates to 0%, announces $700 billion quantitative easing program and dollar swap plan to address the you-know-what panic. It's happening in front of our eyes. All right, right here, Jack the Rippler, guys. Boom. People are saying it. Banks will use Swift GPI and not XRP. That is the FUD. They've been saying XRP is dead just because it didn't go up. XRP's had one of the highest returns to date. Then some random altcoin will come. It'll do a 3x, and all these noobs that are 18 years old come in, or some 24-year-old, and he says, oh, well, I just made a 3x on my money. XRP hasn't done that in 2 years because it's in a bear market. That is when you want to invest. They simply do not understand the fundamentals. 99% of projects will not be around a year from now, after this storm is over. So right here, and I believe 2020 is the year for XRP, but it has to come after the final crash. Along with other crypto projects that are legitimate. Watch this video clip, guys. This is Graham Bright of Urim Exum Bank 2019 talking about XRP specifically. His quote, "We may also see Ripple XRP moving across the Swift network as a currency." And this gentleman worked at Swift. This is coming straight from Swift, guys, saying, yes, we may see XRP moving across Swift network as a currency. Yes, we've provided the organic liquidity to make the payment flows cheaper as well and help the valuation of XRP. Will be compensated in the future. That is my personal belief. Gentlemen at Ripple have literally used valuations for XRP at like $300 per token. So for those of you that say XRP will never pass $1 again, it already has. So just wait. Now is the time. Just like undervalued silver. Buy, buy, buy. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I am doing. Watch this video clip, guys.
There's a discussion surrounding crypto replacing Swift. So we did speak earlier where you mentioned that it's not necessarily about replacing Swift, it's about complementing it. So let's get some more information on this.
Okay. I used to work for Swift. I was Swift for 20 years, so Swift is flowing through my veins. Swift is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., Nostra reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where Swift would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something, but payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles, which allow instant, real-time movement of the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived? It's 3 days later. I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. There's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace Swift. Ripple is one of the complementary networks.
Exactly. Ripple will not replace Swift. It's a complementary network. That is what I believe. All I care about is XRP usage. Ripple is the company, and they use XRP, but so do other companies as well. It is an open source protocol, and for the first time in history, we have an opportunity to take place in one of the greatest transfers of wealth. If you do not believe me, please do your own research. Look at some other channels talking about it. You'll be able to see what is BS and see what is not. If you think any of this stuff is BS, please, please, please give me some supporting, compelling evidence. I have been in the space for years, and I have been able to answer every single question, and I simply do not have the time to answer the same questions over and over again. Is XRP too fast to be valuable? Is it meant to be a stable coin? Is it? And all of these questions are complete, just ignorance. Please do your own research, and you'll realize that. All right, continued.
Which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that Swift are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as well. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Now,
so the foreign exchange market.
Moving on for a second, because
that is absolutely massive, guys. One gentleman at Urim Exim Bank, Graham Bright, 20 years with SWIFT. This is not just some guy. These are the gentlemen that I listen to. I listen to bankers. I listen to people in the financial markets. Many of these people, when they know that XRP will rise, they have non-disclosure agreements and are not able to, purchase due to, conflicts of interest and things of that nature. But I just wanted to share this. Please, please, please share this video around. Hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one.